Hi everyone, this is chapter 14 of The Adventures of the Wishing Chair, and chapter 14 is called The Spinning House. It was most annoying not being able to see the wishing chair. The children kept forgetting where it was and falling over it. Oh dear, groaned Peter, picking himself up for the fourth time. I really can't bear this chair being invisible. I keep walking into it and bumping myself or falling over it. I'll tie a ribbon on it, said Molly. Then we shall see where the ribbon is in the air and we'll be able to know if the chair's there. That's a great idea, said Chinky. Oh, what a lovely idea. We should try it right now. How queer that ribbon looks all by itself in the air. We can see it, but we can't see the chair it's tied on, said Peter. People would stare if they came in here and saw it, thinking it's a random bit of ribbon in the air. It certainly did look funny. It just stuck there in mid-air, and it did act as a warning to the children and the Pixie that they must be careful not to walk into the invisible chair. The ribbon did save them from a bump or two. I've been asking the fairies how we can get the chair to be visible again, said Chinky the next day. They say that there's a funny old witch who lives in a very spinning house in Jiffy Wood, who's very, very clever and makes things invisible or visible. So maybe if we fly there next time it grows wings, we may be able to have her put it right. But how shall we know when it grows wings if we can't see them? Asked Molly. Oh, I never thought of that, said Chinky. I know, said Peter. Why don't we tear up little bits of paper and put them round the legs of the chair on the floor? So then when the wings grow, the bits of paper, will move with the wind. They'll fly about when the draft of the wings make their wings flap. And then we'll see them and know that the chair's ready to go on an adventure again. So, the children tore up little bits of paper and put them on the floor near the legs of the chair. It does look funny, said Molly. A ribbon balanced in mid-air and bits of paper below on the floor. Mum would think we're very untidy if she came in this room right now. Let's play tiddlywinks now, said Peter. I'll get out the cup and the counters. Soon the three of them were playing tiddlywinks on the floor. Molly flipped her counters into the cup very cleverly and had just won when the Pixie gave out a big shout. Oh, look! The bits of paper are fluttering in the air. The chair must have grown its wings. Molly and Peter turned round to look. Sure enough, the scraps of paper that they had put on the floor began to dance up and down as if the wind was blowing them. The children could feel a wee draft too, and that they knew the wishing chair had once grown its wings again. That was a great idea. Come on, let's get into the chair and see if it will fly to Jiffy Woods. So, they all climbed into the chair. It was really very strange climbing onto something that they couldn't see, but that they could only feel. Chinky sat on the back, as he always did, and the children squeezed into the seat. To Jiffy Wood, to the little spinning house, Chinky said to the chair. It rose up in the air, flew out of the door, and was up high before the children could say another word. They must have looked very strange, sitting in a chair that couldn't be seen, almost like they were floating. It was raining. Molly wished that she'd brought an umbrella. Tell the chair to fly above the clouds. It's the clouds that drop the rain onto us, so if we fly beyond them, we won't get wet because there won't be any rain. Fly higher than the clouds, chair, said Chinky. The chair rose higher and higher. It flew right through the misty grey clouds and came out of them. The sun was shining brightly. It made the other side of the clouds look quite dazzling. That's much better, said Molly. The sun will dry our clothes as well, and we're no longer sitting in the rain. They flew on and on in the sunshine, above the great white clouds. Then they suddenly flew downwards again, and the children saw that they were over a thick wood. "Oh, jiffy wood," said Chinky, peering down. "We'll nearly be there." And down they flew, down, 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 and at last they came to a little clearing. The chair flew down to it and came to rest on some grass. A little way off was a most peculiar house. It had one leg like a short pole, and it spun round and round and round on its leg. It did not go very fast, and the children could see that it had a door on one side and a window on each of the other sides. The house had one little chimney which was smoking away, but the smoke was green. This was a sign that a witch lived in a house. "Well, here we are," said Chinky, getting out of the chair. "I think I'd better carry it. I don't want to leave it here and then we can't see it. We might need to get away fast. We shouldn't know where it was if anyone came along and untied this ribbon." "Is this old witch a fierce kind of person?" asked Molly. "Oh, no, she is a good person," said Chinky. "She will do all she can to help us. We shouldn't be afraid. She won't harm us. My grandmother did know her well." "How are we going to get into this house?" asked Peter, as he looked at the strange house going round and round and round. "It's like getting in a roundabout and then going off. We'll get a bit dizzy. It just keeps spinning. Our mother says it's a bit dangerous to go in a roundabout for too long." "Well, we'll try and get the witch to stop the house spinning for a minute so that we can hop on. Quick, I've got the chair." So off they went towards the queer little house. As it went round, the smoke went round too, and it made green rings in the air. It was very peculiar. "Witch Snippet, Witch Snippet," called out Chinky. "Please stop your house and let us in." Someone opened a window and looked out. It was an old woman with a red shawl around her and a pretty white cap. She had a hooked nose and a pair of large spectacles on her eyes. She seemed a bit surprised to see them. "Wait a minute," she called. "I'll stop the house, but you'll have to be very quick getting in the door because it won't stop for long." The house slowed down. It went round once more and then slowly came to a halt. The door was facing the children, and the witch opened it and beckoned to them. Molly shot inside and so did Peter. Chinky was trying to get in with the chair too, when suddenly the house began to spin round fast and fast again. Poor Pixie nearly fell out the doorway. Molly and Peter really couldn't stop laughing. It looked so funny. The witch stopped the house again, and then Peter helped them get in quickly. They put the wishing chair down and turned to greet the witch. "Good morning," she said, with a nice smile on her face. "And what can I do for you?" And that's the end of that chapter. So, maybe we'll find out what happens with Witch Snippet in the next chapter.